If you ask any financial expert to define bankruptcy, the answer is simple. It is the moment when your accounts hit zero, your property is seized, and your debts completely overwhelm your ability to pay. We often apply this same logic to spiritual success. If someone spends a lifetime praying, fasting regularly, and giving away their wealth, we view that accumulation of religious deeds as a secure, positive balance. But 1400 years ago, the Prophet Muhammad challenged his companions by asking them a specific question. Do you know who the bankrupt person is? His companions provided the logical, material response. They replied that a bankrupt person is simply someone who has neither money nor property. The Prophet's response inverted this definition. He explained that a person from his community could arrive at the end of time rich in personal religious deeds, and yet remain inescapably ruined. This suggests that true insolvency occurs within a different economy, one governed by absolute justice rather than worldly funds. This diagram shows a metaphysical balance sheet representing a human life on the day of resurrection. Here, physical money is void, and human action becomes the only valid currency recognized by the court. On the left side of the ledger, this person arrives with a towering stockpile of personal devotion. Their prayers, fasting, and charity are stacked high, creating the appearance of spiritual wealth. But that wealth is offset by a secondary ledger, the strict accounting of the rights of other human beings. The text details the specific debts listed in this column. This person insulted someone, slandered another, unlawfully consumed wealth, shed blood, and physically beat people. In this system, these actions are calculated as legally binding debts. Each one requires a specific payment to the victim. The ledger demonstrates that private piety does not erase the debts created by public cruelty. Both sides of the book must balance. This initiates a liquidation event. Since there is no money to compensate the victims, the court enforces repayment using the only asset the transgressor has left. This flow visualization shows the transfer of currency. Units of good deeds, the prayers and fasting, are forcefully drained from the transgressor's total and deposited into the accounts of those they harmed. The transfer continues until the asset total hits absolute zero. However, in many cases, a queue of uncompensated victims still remains, waiting for justice. To complete the payment, the flow of currency reverses direction. The victim's sins are extracted from their own records and dumped into the abuser's empty account. This drives the balance deep into the negative. The bankrupt person is eventually crushed under the weight of crimes they did not commit, forced to carry the sins of those they wronged. This ensures that every victim is paid in full, even if it results in the total spiritual destruction of the abuser. The final state is a total loss. The individual is cast into the fire, having watched a lifetime of ritual work disappear to pay for their interpersonal crimes. A lifetime of ritual devotion is effectively liquidated to pay for specific acts of cruelty. In this framework, an individual's relationship with God is mathematically linked to their behavior toward their neighbors. Personal rituals like prayer create a sense of security, but the text shows that this security is built on a shattered foundation if the rights of others are ignored. Protecting the dignity, wealth, and physical safety of others becomes a necessary strategy for preserving one's own spiritual assets. Ultimately, the people you wrong in this life are the ones who hold the power to empty your accounts in the next.